All information about the removal of the bumper is also in this. Disconnect the battery before beginning work on the bumper for vehicles with pedestrian protection, shown by the code U60. Remove the underbody paneling. The following procedure applies to the right and the left side. Disconnect the electrical connector of the bumper light. Remove the expansion clips from the bottom of the wheel arch casing. Let the car down a bit. And remove another 2 expansion clips. Pull back the wheel arch casing and disconnect the second electrical connector. Remove the 2 bolts at the fender. Now you're almost there. Let the vehicle down a bit more and undo the last 4 screws. Then carefully remove the bumper from the 4 catch hooks. Get a colleague to help you. While he pulls the bumper forward, you can unclip the catch hooks. Now remove the bumper. Basically, the installation occurs in the reverse order. If you've replaced the entire front, set the gap dimension anew. Pay attention to the correct gap dimensions, working from the back to the front. Check the gaps with a feeler gauge. Once the dimensions are correct, you can install the mounting rail. It determines the final position of the bumper. For the setting of the holding rail, fasten the nuts so that you can still move the rail easily. Now check that the holding rail is centered. Use the crease in the hood as orientation. Next, check the level of the holding rail at the 3 braces. The correct dimensions are shown in the VIS document on screen. Ensure the correct measurement positions. If the measurements are not right, raise using special shims. If required, put the shims around the bolts. Note, with more than 2 shims, you'll need longer bolts. Check that the height of the holding rail is now correct. If that is the case, tighten the nuts holding the rail. Then attach the bottom side screws. Now install the bumper. Now, using a feeler gauge, set the gap of the hood to the bumper. Important is the overall visual impression of the joint dimensions. The hood may not be higher than the bumper, otherwise this will cause wind noises. The rest of the installation is done in the reverse order.